Oh, welcome back. So in this one, I'm thinking of continuing this awesome open source series, but this is also like not just an awesome open source repository, uh, which probably uh, it's a lot more than that, and this also is a great research repository. So just to set a context of what this actually is, I'll just run something and we'll see. Okay, now I'll show that demo in real time. That's why I just ran that command. Now this repository is called Git by Microsoft. It is a generative image to text transformer for visual for vision and language. So basically it's like image to text model which takes an image and it does multiple things. First it does image captioning, which is like you pass in an image and it will tell you what it sees, and then it also is like a VQA model, so you can ask questions about the image. VQA stands for visual question answering, and it will provide you some information about the image. So let's see some examples that they have come up with. Like it's a pretty complex repository. It's not very simple to set up, but it's very new. So I have started contributing to it. So I'm a contributor, not like uh, officially, but I have made like a CPU support. So I'm running this fork on my Mac M1 right now. It does not have CUDA support, right? So I'm just using Mac CPU. So I just added that pull request. Maybe they'll merge it. I think they should, because it's like a great way to see some demos, right? So let's see what they've come up with, right? So here we have okay, so here they have run this command for just running inference, and they have not passed any prefix. So prefix is like the question what you want to ask. If you don't pass it, it will just provide image captioning. If you pass it, it will act as a visual question answering model. Right here, it says what is this, right? So let's see, this is the syntax, and I am right now passing this image, this Van Gogh Starry Night. And it's so what really impressed me about this project was that it actually, you see, returned the results Starry Night painting by Starry Night by painting artist, right? So probably this image was in a test set, or oh sorry, in a training set or something, but it's really impressive, right? So if I change this to another image, so I have this Batman image. Now that's also really impressive. So if I say Batman dot jp, okay, it's JPEG image, and so I'm running on CPU, and it's okay, it's Batman, shit, okay. So it's pretty slow because it's on CPU and it's not optimized at all. I've not tried any optimization methods yet. So it is pretty much the uh, just the checkpoint. So let me just show you what the image is. It's this, and see, the output is actor as comic book character. So it's really an interesting model, right? So it's yeah, that this is what impressed me, and I'm not using a very large model. So if you come down here, you'll see what I'm using right now is pretty much Git base, pre-trained on 4 million images, and then I'm using Git base Cocoa because it's fine-tuned on Cocoa. Because Cocoa is actually, it contains a lot of images. Now visual question answering data set that it's been trained on is this. It's called visualqa.org and // index.html. It's by Georgia Tech, and it has a lot of questions and answers pairs. So if you want to know what this data set is, probably you get an image, and then you get a bunch of questions, and you get the answers in the training set. And so that is what like visual question answering models are. So I don't know, like so this is really impressive, and I have not tried this before, but let's see, let's ask the question. So um hmm, let's say depending on this question, so let's say who is wearing glasses. Okay, let's see, let's ask who is wearing a mask, right? And let's see, we should end with a question mark, because tokens really are kind of valuable. I don't know, let's see what happens here, and after that we'll move on to other things. So basically, yeah, I wanted to make this video just to sort of cover this. I'm really interested in this. I will explore this further. One of the things why I haven't been exploring a lot of transformer models, a lot of text to image, image to text, and diffusion models is pretty much because they're very heavy, and stable diffusion. Yeah, I need to take a look into that. But yeah, whenever something is like too culty, too has too much of a hype associated with it, I just wait for the hype to die down a little bit. But also like this seems really deployable. Like I'm using the base model and it's getting really good results. What if I use a large model, oh, by the way, this is not okay. This model is not for text, probably not for visual question answering, but let's see. Yeah, it's not for visual question answering. Let me try another model. Okay, yeah, so whenever you whenever you have to try, like ask a question, you have to use this model, VQA. Let me see if I use the same, everything is same, but just the model name is slightly different. What do we get? Right. Okay, yeah, so it's running. So while it's running, there are some kinks that you have to iron out while installing this, so it's really not that simple, because again, it's like I think it's currently under development, because if I go scroll down, I see they have presenting it in 2022, which means they still have to sort of work some more on this before they present it in a conference. So yeah, so to install this, you first have to clone it. You have to install the requirements, but there are some things that are not installed by default, like not mentioned in the requirements. First of all, Torch. You have to install Torch and Torch Vision. It just has like these two requirements, which is not enough. TQDM, like these three things you have to install, and then you have to manually install also AZ Fuse, which is like I think Azure Fuse. So the installation instruction is pretty much mentioned here. Again, I struggled a little bit with this because I did not know how to install it. First thing that you have to do is you have to download a copy from here of an executable, and you have to paste it in this way. So I sort of messed up. I thought that this should be the folder structure, but I'll show you how this is supposed to be. So you go to home, right, and in here you have to make a new folder. In Mac it's Shift Command H. You create a new folder called code. Inside this you create this untitled is nothing, it's forget about it. It's called AZ copy, and then here you have the executable, and this executable is what you get from here, right? You cannot put it under user bin because that is protected by Mac, so you have to just boot in root mode. You have to restart the computer, which is like not good. So just follow this, right? Just create a new folder called code/AZ copy in home, and just copy the executable there that you get by downloading it here. And the next step is just pip install that in whatever environment that you're in. That's it, right? Install some requirements and then install AZ Fuse. That's it. And now you're good to go. So let's see what it answered. Okay, nothing. Oh wait, I just messed up. I realized this now. I guess I did not write the commas properly. Okay, and I also have to put a question mark. Okay, right, let's wait for it to execute. Now, one of the things that I also want to say here is that I'm executing on CPU, so it will be much faster on the CUDA. But for me, I'm personally impressed by things that can be run on, like at least inference can be run on CPU. So real time is really important for me. I care about it a lot, and that's why whenever I discover or work with any research repository, I try to I try to sort of run it on CPU, the inference, to see where it stands. So this is pretty good actually for this model. Okay, wow, who is wearing a mask? Batman, right? It's great. It's just great. Let's say who's wearing a suit? Maybe, I don't know. Maybe a tie, right? Okay. Cool. So yeah, I care about CPU usage, and so I was just testing it on CPU, and I do think it's pretty good. If optimized a little bit, maybe like mixed precision, or I don't know what it's running on, but yeah, we'll see. Again, it just says Batman. But yeah, I mean, it's not a very large model, and I have not really fine tuned or done anything with it, but it's really cool. Um, I now I want to test this model without prefix to see what it gives. I think that's going to be my final test, or maybe not my final test. One more. I've got one more image. I've got this image of people eating, and I wanted to test this out also. When I tested it on weights finding on Coco, it said group of people eating. I want to see how like this VQA model sort of performs on this. I don't expect it to perform well because again, it's for question answering. Now I'm trying to use generate captions using that. So it's kind of like I'm trying an edge case. Let's see what happens after this. Um, so yeah, it's I think this is going to be a bit of a change because it's a smaller video. I have been doing a lot of other things also. Like I've as I mentioned, I don't want to spill the beans too much, but yeah, I've been working on something really cool. It should come out maybe in January. We're hoping, and just like when I said I was working on really cool segmentation stuff, the best model, the most accurate model for your line segmentation, and also the fastest. It's going to be something like that, but it's much better. It's much larger, and it's something that I think is going to take the CV world by storm. So yeah, I don't want to spill too much, but yeah, that's what I'm excited about. And so for me, I have I'm sort of like moving in a lot of planes right now. I'm doing R&D, a little bit of engineering, a little bit of software development, a little bit of business, and I'm also like indulging a little bit in uh, you know education and how AI can help there. So yeah, you'll see all different kind of things. So if you sort of um, look at the previous video, it's 36 minutes. What's going on? Yeah, I'm gonna make a lot more of those kind of videos. I think at least. So yeah, and okay. Oh, I just forgot to change this. Okay. All right. So yeah, I ran Batman.jpg and it just prints Batman. Cool. Okay. My final demo is image dot. It's a web p. Okay. Let's see what it prints out, and we'll end the video here after this. Okay. Cool. So yeah, I think I'll start working on this a little bit more. I'll see what I can do. First of all, I have to see how receptive they are to my to any contribution. If they are, then I will try to work in this repository itself. If they are not, then I will probably fork this, create my own Python package, Python project for VQA, and start to include some models from here and optimize the pipelines a little bit. That's like a big project, but I'll try to like minimize the things that I have to do. So yeah, we'll see. Um, However, this is just okay. I remember now. This image is like probably too large, and it just takes a lot of time. Let's see. What is this? No, it's not good. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we have people eating, right? So yeah, it's a pretty good model. I do think it's quite good and fast. So let's see what I can do with it. Till then, goodbye. Take care.